so far some of the forecasts that have been leaked this morning, $53 billion better off. It's not at all bad, is it?
Look, it's an amazing turnaround from 12, even 6 months ago, really, but from 12 months ago, it's a massive turnaround. 12 months ago, we weren't having a budget because of the need to social distance and travel restrictions. 12 months ago, we hadn't yet had the outbreak in Melbourne and the lockdown there. A lot's happened in the past 12 months. So, look, it's been an amazing turnaround. In saying that, of course, the deficit still will sit in the hundreds of billions of dollars. We probably will still approach something like $1 trillion in debt. And I think we do have to be a little concerned at the moment about the how hot the economy is running.
Yeah.
No one's talking about it, but I'm worried about inflation.
Well, that's a good concern. That's a good point. That's a concern that's being raised now in the United States as well. It's a legitimate concern. So just elaborate on your issue there with potential overheating here.
Well, I think, as you point out, the concern is given voice more in the United States with people like Larry Summers, former Treasury Secretary, raising concerns on inflation. Michael Burry, who he's the star of The Big Short, if you've seen that movie, but he picked the global financial crisis. He too is worried about inflation. And so there are some serious voices raising these concerns. Now, we don't see that in the data right now, but we don't want the inflation genie to come out of the bottle because he doesn't grant you wishes. That once he's out, it's too late. And so I'm a little concerned at the RBA's seeming sanguine attitude to leaving interest rates very, very low for 3 years, almost regardless of what happens or the data. I would like to think we'd be more proactive than that. I realise the experts here are saying that the so-called NAIRU, the non-accelerating inflation rate of unemployment, is lower than where we are, and we can keep going for a bit longer. But I worry sometimes there's truth in the old saying, Peter, that an expert is just someone who's made every mistake in a narrow field, and that's particularly true in economics. The economic recession, the history of recessions is littered with examples where people don't predict what might happen, and I just think we've got to be a bit careful given how hot we see our economy and housing markets and the labour market and the like. And
how long can we bank on iron ore to stay at $200 US a tonne at the moment?
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a great unknown. I can't imagine it will stay at these sort of levels for any sustained period of time. Supply from Brazil will come online the next year. And of course, at a price of $200 a tonne, other supplies will come on board. That will always be the case. So, look, there's as I said earlier, the story tonight is an overwhelming positive one. Things have improved considerably since the last year, and the government's made excellent decisions on the economy. But we shouldn't rest on our laurels, and I think some have to raise the issue. Are we doing enough to tackle inflation? And we shouldn't just glibly accept the prognostications of the Reserve Bank of Australia when we know economists and central banks have made mistakes in the past.
Yep. Okay. Senator Matt Canavan, always good to talk. Chat to you soon.